that recording? I don't think that is recording, is it? Oh, it is recording. That's good. So, as you can see, my battery is reading 0% in that discharging box. We have drawing 371 watts. We have 0% left. We have got 402 watts coming out, and we got hardly any charge. So what I've done, and everything's turned off. And the inverter's turned off, and they've got a green light flashing. We did have a lot of bibbing, but I've just missed it on the camera. And the Pi's reset, and we had a bit of power glitch. Camera's doing its thing up there. And so what I've done, I've run the battery flat, and the inverter switched off, and that somehow tripped the low voltage side of things. So don't know quite why I did that. But I've now run this down to 0%. As you can see, we have 0%. DC power's down to 30 watts because the inverter's off. And if you look down here, where has it gone? We did have consumption. Well, let me go to this one. If we kick back to the battery shunt, we've got low voltage here. See, we've consumed 99.7 amp hours. This is a 105 amp hour battery, and it's not completely flat. This is just going off the trend, but I mean, going off the curve. Deepest discharge ever done there is 105, which proves that we have got 105 amp hour battery. And in fact, the last discharge is actually it rounds up to 100, so we are pretty much nearly 100. So we're 5 amp hours short, but that's fine. We weren't completely fully charged when I discharged it anyway. And you can see some stats there, which are nice. So what am I doing this? That's a very good question. So my plan is to now let it charge up tomorrow, because tomorrow's going to be a nice sunny day, and we can see how much power, that's a bit funky, isn't it, how it's done that, how much power it pulls throughout the day, and see what our peak solar input is. So now obviously we've got just enough solar to cover our DC base load, so the battery will not charge tonight. And then tomorrow we can see how much goes in. There you go, consumption 2.5 kilowatts, which is a 2.5 kilowatt battery, so that's absolutely perfect. And you can see I turned the power off last night here. Well, that was during the night. Then I turned the power off and let it discharge all through the night, all through the day. Then I put some heavy loads on it. Managed to mow the lawn on this, which is quite nice. Yeah, so I'm going to come back tomorrow when it's charging. And I'll even leave the inverter on and see when that kicks back into life again, because that is what would happen if I wasn't here. So let it sit there. And there we go. It's the next morning, and we're charging up at 380 watts. We've got 18% in the battery now. It's just 9:45. If you look, last night the actual system did shut down. So we go back, you see here, it shut down overnight. And that was completely tripped, so the battery tripped and it had gone into safe mode. But it charged again in the morning, unlike the other system. So this one can charge from a completely flat battery. Currently produced 0.7 kilowatts. So all is well. We'll just leave it to carry on charging. And I'm back after the end of a very long and very sunny day. And let's have a look at the numbers. So it looks like we've got some good generation on this. Looking at the numbers here, you can see we've got 61% of the battery, so we haven't completely filled it up, although we have put quite a lot in, and it's probably fairly reasonable to say we've got a fairly decent sized battery, because we are not filling up on a completely sunny day. We produced 2.4 kilowatts, which the battery is 2.5, so it would have filled it up, but we had a 0.8 consumption. And you've got a nice graph there of the production, battery and consumption. If we go into a bit of advanced, we can see state of charge as it was rising, voltages. So you can see we started off very low, with very low voltages, and we got up, and we're now at the flat part of the curve. So because we're along here, this is what we expect. And so tomorrow, when you fully charge it, will start knee up again when you get to fully charged. Consumption, as you can see, we started off with minus 100 amp hours, and now we're only 40 amp hours away from being fully charged. And again, more stats. The yield, so we peaked out just under 400 watts. What's that? Yeah, 380-ish. 300 watt. We got a 350 watt panels. Can't expect them to be full. Bulk charge most of the day. There you go. Panel and the voltage current. There you go. It's all very nice. There you go. Kind of what you'd expect, really. The reason that it drops off so much there is because the roof is east facing. So we get the sun in the morning and we lose it in the evening. That's how come in the afternoon it drops off. And that's the load. So there you go. That's it, really. So after 4 days of very good sun, we get 60% load. So we'll lose about 10% overnight. So that'll go down to about 50, and then we'll charge it back up fully tomorrow. So 2 days to fully charge the battery, which I don't think is too bad. And it's all free. Well, there you go. There's a proper nerdy video for you. So for now, I'll see you later, and have a nice time.